What's up, everybody? It is another weekly installment of Friday with Friends, and I gotta tell you, I'm excited about this one for a couple of reasons. One, I'm over at my buddy's house right down the road, and we're sitting on his deck, and I think I've told you how much I like this thing, but like I was thinking, how could I express this fully?
Yeah.
So if I was an animal, let's say I was a dog.
Okay, yeah.
Let's say I was a
All
dog,
right.
and I was sleeping, and my tail was wagging, meaning I was having a good dream. It's
Right.
because I'm laying on this deck. I love this thing, man. Like anytime I got a chance to go over
Oh,
here, I'm
man.
like, yeah, I'm all about it. So
Yeah.
So we got a good one tonight. I've got my buddy John here, and he has been kind enough to invite me over. And you know, I'm gonna let him introduce himself and tell some things, but just kind of a context and backstory. So when my family and I moved back from Arkansas about 4 years ago this month, man,
Guys,
it's crazy. Yeah,
4 years?
4 years
Jeez
ago this
Louise.
month. But when I think friendship and what that means, like when we moved into this neighborhood, we probably met John and his wife Jess, I don't know, within a month or two of moving here.
Yeah, give or take. I
Yeah,
would think.
and the hospitality they showed.
Mm.
Like when I can remember seeing John before I left, and this dude had these mutton chops. He's got this glorious beard now. But he's one of those guys, like I saw these chops, and I'm like, you know what? I'd like to meet that dude. I bet he's a pretty cool guy.
Yeah.
And here we are 4 years later. Yeah.
That's right.
But enough of me talking about John. I'm gonna let John introduce himself and just let you guys get a little peek into his world, who he is, and what he's about. So,
Well, I
take it away.
mean, I'm John, as Tony told you. I have 3 cats. I have 2 wonderful children.
Mm-hmm.
I have 1 beautiful, sacrificial wife that I don't deserve. I love bourbon.
He does.
I hate coffee.
Oh,
But if I drank coffee, it would be at Latte Karate.
latte karate, bringing that back. I love it. Look, it's fun. I got an email today from GoDaddy.com
Oh, God.
that told me
Do
I
you
need
want to keep this
Yeah, I
going?
swipe to the right and delete that email.
Man, when
Latte
you
karate
said
is
that, I
dead.
was like, you know what? I hate coffee, but if I drank it, I would definitely
Latte
show up
karate.
at there.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
So what I really want to kind of hear from you, what I ask everybody starting off is, so friendship in itself. Like,
Right.
What is, define that for me in your terms. Like, what is friendship to John Meyers?
Well, you know, I think at first, for me, it's opportunity. So, you know, you think about the connections that you have with people and the opportunities that you have with those people. Like that can build or crush your relationship with them.
Yeah.
Right? So I think it starts there. Like, what opportunities do you have with these people to either build or deconstruct some kind of relationship with them? And after that, like, once you've established that kind of foundation of, like, you know, there's some kind of connection with this person.
Yeah.
After that, it's what kind of vulnerability can you have with that? Like, opportunity for me is like how often or how like your chances of being with this person are.
I see.
Right?
Right,
So,
right.
like, you know, I've watched Hamilton 3 times in the last,
Yeah.
like, 4 days, I think.
Right. right. I still gotta do it.
And so, like, one of the big things about Aaron Burr and Hamilton is, like, their relationship kept kind of doing this DNA thing where they were apart and then they kind of joined and they were apart and they kind of joined. Well, like those joining moments, like, what happened in those joining moments?
Okay.
You know,
Yeah,
was
yeah.
that something that, like, brought you all together? Was that something
Right.
that separated you? You know, and so I think that like you go through your life and you have these things that you're going through, and who are the people that keep showing up at those points? Right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
so are those opportunities for you to establish a relationship with somebody, or is that a moment to separate yourself from somebody? And I think that the more opportunities that you have to do with those people, are the more likelihood of you either separating yourself or coming together with this person.
Let's switch gears for a minute. So people that know John will know this about him, but if you don't know John, John is quite the movie aficionado, and particularly when it comes to Marvel and the Marvel universe.
It's true.
Okay?
It's true.
So pretty recently, my oldest daughter, Bae, wanted to go through all of the Marvel movies that are made up to this point in chronological order. Who did I reach out to figure out what that chronological order would be? John Meyers. And it was beautiful. We did it. It took us about 30 years, but we made it.
And Bae is now 30.
And Bae is now 30. And I'm 87. So my question to you is, if you could, so let's say you're in the Marvel universe, all right?
Okay.
And you're able to engage with all these Marvel heroes and characters.
Oh, man, you're asking me a loaded question.
If one of those you could envision being your best friend, who would it be and why?
It's Cap.
Why would it be Cap?
He is the epitome of loyalty.
Okay.
And affirmation of his beliefs.
So why Cap and not like Thor, who's very, like
Thor is
worthy and I gotta do the right thing.
I mean, but Thor is still the guy that plays by the beat of his own drum.
That's true. That's true.
He goes by, worthiness is a loaded term, right?
Yeah, right.
Okay?
Right.
So, it's just like Thor is the kind of guy that just like, he goes and does his own thing when he needs to go do it.
Yep.
And that's his purpose. Cap doesn't do that. Cap is all about what is the greater good based on what is right in front of him.
Right.
At all times.
Yep.
And I'm Team Cap all the way.
Dude.
Civil War, I'll argue till I'm dead in the face. Team Cap
It's
all
Cap,
the way.
man. It's
Cap.
Cap.
Yes.
And you're right, dude. Like that.
100%.
Unflinchingly, let's do what the right thing is.
There is a lot to say by somebody who, there's a reason why his character was established in about 30 seconds in the MCU.
Okay.
And it was, you can even extend it out to a minute when he's in the movie theater, when he's still his normal, skinny, normal self, and they're in the movie theater, and the goober in front of him is like, show the cartoons, and he's just like, hey man, you want to show some respect, because everybody else in the theater is looking at this guy like, oh, like why is he talking like that?
Yeah.
But what's this little scrub
Peon
who has no right to say anything to anybody has something to say to him, and what happens? He ends up in an alley with this guy.
He does,
and he gets totally beat up. And so what happens? So he's getting knocked out. What's the first thing he says to this guy? I can do this all day.
Yeah, man.
And then does he pick up like a bottle or a piece of wood to attack? No, he picks up a garbage can top to defend himself.
Right.
Because that's what he is. He's a defender, not an attacker.
I got you.
All right?
Yep.
I will never... You're getting me going now.
I love it. I love it.
You're getting me going now. I swear, there's so few moments in the MCU that get me just like riled up
Yeah.
than Cap moments.
Yeah.
I mean, just like when he takes that like limb when he's arguing with Iron Man in Age of Ultron. He just rips it in half because he gets mad. And it's just, or when he's like grabbing the helicopter and he's like, in Winter Soldier, he's like doing this thing.
Man.
I was like, my goodness. I mean, or the million-year scene in Endgame.
Gosh,
are you
man.
kidding me?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
And look, if any of these are spoiler alerts, you should have seen the movies already. It's been out for quite some time.
I'm telling you right now, if you haven't, I have no sympathy for that. at this point, there's no sympathy. Bill and Ted.
Oh yeah,
Bill and Ted. Jay and Silent Bob.
Oh wow! Right.
And all the View Askew, any of the View Askew movies, Jay and Silent Bob, like the inseparable ones.
Yeah.
Gosh.
What about Dumb and Dumber?
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Oh my goodness.
Fellowship of the Ring.
Yes.
Sam and Frodo.
Yes.
Sam and Frodo.
I mean, is there another movie that epitomizes friendship more than Sam and Frodo?
I will say this.
Oh.
If we are ever on a mountain,
Yeah.
where you are tasked with throwing some weighty thing into the fires of that mountain,
Right.
and you can't make it,
Yeah.
I will pick you up,
Bro.
and
likewise.
I will carry you up.
Yes. Yes. Dude, well, and there's something, and the reason I point that out, man, because I feel like, I mean, as much as a bad rap of, don't be watching the movies all the time and Netflix and all that. Like, there's something every once in a while that like speaks into that human need. There's like the Sam and Frodo thing. Like, you watch that, and it's not just that it's a good
powerful,
movie.
man.
Yeah. It's like, I want that. I
Or
want that.
Harry Potter. I mean,
Harry Potter,
like the
right.
trio of Ron, Hermione, and Harry. Like, gosh, I mean, like that's, you can't like deny the power that comes from their relationship with each other.
Yeah. Yeah.
And sometimes stories just get it right.
Right.
And
Right.
it's just, and it all boils down to the writers or directors or whoever is in charge of it. But like you can see these relationships, and if you can buy into it by your own experiences, like through thick and through thin.
Yep.
Whatever it's going to be.
Yep.
This person's going to be right there with me.
And dude, I think you just said it, man. And that's kind of what I want to leave with us on this episode is, like, I feel like there's a longing and an invitation in those kind of scenes and movies and these friendships that we see. Like, it's always tied to, I think, like if it's something that moves you emotionally on screen, it's always tied to there's a thickness that these people have gone through together.
Yeah.
And they've been inseparable through that, and have had each other's back through that. Like, they have suffered together for a common cause, out of love for one another. So, like, you think about like serving with other people.
Yeah.
And,
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's like you go serve at a soup kitchen or something, or you go rebuild houses or do some remodeling on houses for somebody that can't, doing the hard work, sacrificing your time together. Like, there's something about that just makes a friendship and a bond stronger. So
100%.
Yeah. So how are we, is there an invitation for us to do that this week? Like is there a way for you to step into some hardships with other people in order to solidify a friendship or strengthen a friendship, or even create a friendship out of that? Like there's something mysterious with that. Like, there's the things we want to avoid when we do it together with other people that tends to make that relationship stronger for whatever reason.
But service is what, like, again, that's an opportunity.
Opportunity, yeah, to circle back. Yeah, and thank you guys for joining us again for another Friday with Friends. We will be back next week with another one, and hope to see you guys then. Thanks for all your support and watching this. If you want to join, let me know. I'd love to talk to whoever wants to get on here and share some stories, share some connections. share some laughs. So until next week, we bid you adieu and a peace out.